So a lot of people have asked for more updates on our two-wheel drive project. So I'd like to touch base with you today and give you a little bit of an update. So what got my interest going in a two-wheel drive was when I was very young, giving my age away at the moment. I had a YZ80C, so that was in the 70s, and there was a company called Rocon, and they developed a two-wheel drive, fat-wheeled bike, and I thought, well, that's probably a good idea. Able to go up steep hills, etc. So there's been other two-wheel drive bikes since then. Probably the most famous is the Christini. Now, they've had mixed reviews. So are they a good thing, and is there any potential for them in the future? Well, the downside of the existing two-wheel drives is that they're based on mechanical drives and there's no intelligence. So they're heavy, they work in the wrong times. A front-wheel drive needs to only work in certain conditions. Now, this is where an electric drive is far superior. We can program the electric drive to work when we need it, to give as much power as needed at a different ratio to the rear wheel so that we can get optimal traction. Now, you don't need a front-wheel drive at high speeds. You get torque steering and other issues. Really where it suits best is at very low speeds. When you're stuck, when you need that extra bit of traction, it might be sand or other things like this. Now, there's one big advantage of a two-wheel drive, and that's regenerative braking. So your front brake, you probably use 70% of your stopping power comes through the front. Now, that's lost to braking energy to heat. So with a front-wheel drive electric version, you can actually capture that lost energy back into the battery and thereby extend your range. Now, regenerative braking doesn't normally capture that much energy. People think, wow, it's miraculous, but it's not. But in the case of a front-wheel drive, it actually captures quite a bit of energy, especially if that front-wheel drive is not working all of the time, but you are using it to capture all the braking energy, or as much as you can. And this is, I think, a breakthrough, and I think it opens the opportunity for front-wheel drive, two-wheel drive motorbikes in the future. Obviously a lot of development, but electric bikes are the future. No noise, able to go into areas where you couldn't normally. They're light, they're cheap, so there's a big future for this, I think, especially for off-road. Not much advantage on-road, but definitely off-road. So I wanted to show you some brief snaps. I'm going to ride the two-wheel drive in rear wheel only first, up a very steep hill. Now, it's not only steep, but it's off camber, its traction is poor, it's got ruts, it's got rocks, so it's a nasty hill. You could probably ride up steeper, but this is pushing the limits of not only the Sur-Ron, but any other bike. Now, this particular bike, this is boosted up. It's not a standard stock powered Sur-Ron. It's pushing about 7.3 kilowatts. It has a very aggressive knobby on the rear, so traction is not normally a problem, but you'll notice how it performs in two-wheel drive, and then I'll show you with the two-wheel drive engaged, so we can compare the rear-wheel drive to the two-wheel drive on the same hill, same conditions, just to see how much improvement it makes. So I hope you enjoy this video. Please leave your comments, and look forward to updating you further on this in the future.
Oh.